Are we there? We're working here? Okay, happy December 1st. All my geeks, ghosts, gamers, and guardians out there. This is my Empty Vault single character challenge. As you can see, I only have the one hunter, and this has been my main on Destiny 2 since Destiny 2's launch. No, this is no longer the main that I had in Destiny 1. That was a Titan and a hunter. Those actually, this is that. I think this is that hunter from Destiny 1. But the Titan has been long since recycled out. I have tried over and over and over to play Warlock and to get back into playing Titan. And like I've mentioned so many times before, it really comes down to a preference, a style preference. Just like some people prefer hand cannons over sidearms, or which is kind of like apples and oranges, really, or grapes and olives, to be more specific, I think. But okay, here we go. Better still. Fusion rifles over shotguns, or sniper rifles over linear fusion rifles, or say breech-loaded grenade launchers versus the heavy grenade launchers. There's a lot of similarity between the three classes, and even so now with Stasis coming out, there's a lot of things that I can do with my hunter that I could have done with a Titan as well. But just to show you that what I'm doing here is indeed so the goal is basically this. I'm whittling down my gear to some signature playstyle pieces. In other words, these are the weapons that I prefer, the archetypes I prefer to use, and I'm looking for the best rolls possible in those archetypes, but then keeping a small selection of periphery choices that are, beneficial to doing the gunsmith bounties. Because originally, I built a second hunter just to do gunsmith bounties and to grind for bright dust. Because if you complete all the bright dust weekly challenges on all three of your characters, and then once they're all completed, then you claim them, you'll get credit for each of those claims. And that's kind of how I was grinding for bright dust. And also, grinding for enhancement cores. But now Spider sells enhancement cores, and you can get them as drops randomly in strikes and other activities. So there's no need for me to have an alternate character hunter, nor is there a need for me to have a Titan, or even for that much for a Warlock. Oh, my wife just showed me the most cutest Grogu socks ever. That's right, I have fully leaned into this character's name. He's no longer the child; he is Grogu. Uh, they are adorable. Where'd you get those? Target for the win, guys. Happy holidays. Um, so yeah, so the empty vault challenge is as follows. If I do decide to make a second or third character hunter, would it be a warlock? I really see. This is the thing. Is that okay? Put it to you this way. You're a manager for a restaurant, and you got a selection of cooks that are really, really good for breakfast, and a selection of cooks that are really, really good for lunch and dinner. Well, one of the girls in the breakfast crew starts showing some talent in the lunch and dinner crowd menus, and so you're like, well, I'm gonna give her a hack at lunch, and she just hits it out of the park with lunch. Just sings. So you're like, okay, well then give her a swing at dinner, and she does just as good in dinner. She's just amazing lunch, breakfast, and dinner. So then you're like, okay, now where do I want to put her? Well, give her the choice. Does she prefer lunch? Does she prefer dinner? Does she prefer breakfast? Maybe she prefers dinner. Then what you want to do is you want to put your teammate where they're the most comfortable playing. Yes, it's good to push boundaries. Yes, it's good to test skills and to open up other avenues of expertise and experience and things like that. And that's all part of, like I just gave my analogy of rotating your cook from breakfast to lunch to dinner and giving her the chance to try each of the menus out and seeing how well she does. Well, she does fantastic in all of them, but she feels most comfortable doing dinner. Why are you going to force her to work breakfast and lunch unless you absolutely need her there to cover someone else's shift? That's not the case in Destiny. Okay? This community is diverse enough and skilled enough and vast enough that it's not like in the old days of D1 where you had to go in with a hunter and a warlock and a titan in order to get this particular nightfall done, or you needed two warlocks and a titan to get this nightfall done, or you needed two hunters and a warlock to get this activity done. Trials of Osiris is best played with a Night Stalker doing Quiver and a Warlock doing Healing Rift and Dawnblade, and another Warlock doing Nova Bomb. I mean that was actually the mix that I ran with in Destiny 1 during Trials of Osiris, and then later in Destiny 2 we tried it for a couple of times with Trials of the Nine, which was not the same meta. But that being said, I don't get it. I've looked all over the place for the hard numbers that says playing multiples of the same character is inherently detrimental to the experience of the game. Other than the fact that developers, that R&D, and whoever the designers are, actively have said that if you claim pinnacle and powerful gear on one character, if you have a duplicate of that character, they're not going to get the same rewards. That is something they designed into the game. That is not something that has to happen in the game. It is something that Bungie has put into the game to deliberately dissuade you from playing multiples of the same class. And I get that maybe the point is that they want to slow you down. But there's so much time gating in this game anymore that, slowing us down by restricting how many powerfuls and pinnacles you get per account doesn't really do much, because players are going to find a way to ramp that as much as they can anyway. I got a buddy of mine who is at end cap game. He's at level. He's at end game right now on all three characters. Okay, and and it's just because that's what he does. And then I got another guy who's only playing two characters, and one of them is just kind of toddling along while the other one is already busting in the raid and stuff. And it's just like, we're three different examples of the player style. I am basically a casual. By the way, this is my vault, and this is the way it's going to stay for the rest of the season. Um, so so then I finally decided that, hey, I kind of get it. Maybe you guys are just really want us to go ahead and be diverse and all that stuff. It should sing volumes. The Guardian Games should have been the metric that they could use. What the hell happened? Day one, Hunters swept it, and then all of a sudden it was just Titans all the way through. With Warlocks a sweaty second. And Hunters were just like, we were literally ducking for cover behind the banners. So,
what can I do?
Does that say something? That yeah, there are that many more Hunters in the game than there are Titans or Warlocks, yet Titans won. Why? I've yet to find anybody do any kind of actual hard number on it. I'm not a statistician, so I couldn't even possibly begin to try to delve into the metrics behind all this. But I can understand when I'm given data, and if I had some hard number data that shows me that playing all three character classes regularly, routinely, and equally is a better Destiny experience, because I tried that. First 2 years of this game, I tried that, and I ended up not getting anywhere at all. I ended up basically being so divided in my efforts that I felt like I was always racing to a goal that was never going to be attainable, and I just didn't want to do that anymore. So the single vault challenge, the single vault, it would start off as a single page vault challenge because I had a Titan and the other Hunter, but now I'm like, you know what? No, we're just going to go for an empty vault, play with the guns that I have, and before I sign out on the day, that vault is going to be dumped, full on, straight off dumped. Let's see. Ooh, Crystosine Grapes of 52. And that's a 52. These are almost identical, except for, no, there's that difference. Mobility, resilience, and strength versus recovery and intellect. I am going to say, I'll keep this one, and I'm going to dump that one into this guy later on. So that's all that is. So, yeah, again, it's an open call to Bungie, to anybody out there. If you can show me a doc that actually breaks it down, the player experiences and the rewards you get, because if I'm playing three different characters, three different classes, I can't cross-infuse armor. Whatever my Titan earns is going to be his as far as armor is concerned, and the likelihood of you getting armor pieces off of pinnacles is far greater than getting weapons. And at a certain point, you stop getting, you stop getting levels above the, the soft cap, which is 1250. I'm at the soft cap right now, 14 levels on my artifact, so it kind of puts me, essentially at the hard cap, but that's irrelevant. So anyway, that's basically all I wanted to share with you guys. I am going to do a single character empty vault challenge, uh, which means I'm going to have to be really cautious about how I manage my postmaster, because if I'm lazy and inattentive, or if I have too many weapons and armor, I'm going to lose stuff eventually in the vault there. I mean, in the postmaster. I may put stuff in the vault just to kind of sort it out, because it is actually faster to look at things, because you can see how slow that is. Once I'm in the vault, it's just bang, take a look at it, get it done, whatever. This is a really good gun. The friction fire is a really good gun. Um, for some reason, Night Watch is bugged. I can't delete it. As you can see, I can lock it and I can unlock it, but I can't delete it. I can delete this guy, the Lonesome. I do love me a full auto. I don't really have a good hand cannon outside of this guy here. The True Prophecy's been a really good hand cannon so far. Let's see. I think I have, yeah, I have a scout rifle right here. So I don't really need the Night Watch, because I already have a scout rifle. But the Night Watch is going to be useful because of the Thresh and the Slideways. So there's a fight going on here. I don't understand how this guy got. Well, actually, let's try something here. Maybe if I can transfer it to the vault. Let's see if I can transfer it to the vault. Can I then delete it? And here we go. There it goes in the vault. And nope, I cannot delete it. It is permabound to my character, to my account. There's no deleting that anymore. So wacky do. All I wanted to drop on you guys, and why you should be able to play three of the same class. Like I said, I played the other two slots mainly to go ahead and get extra gunsmith bounties and to do the bright stuff grinding. Um, it's just, that's kind of all I really did it for. But as you can see, just playing my hunter alone. I mean, I had a Titan, yes. I had my other hunter, yes. And I did play them, but mostly again, it was just for the gunsmiths and the weekly challenge for Bright Dust. And I have plenty of Bright Dust, and I have plenty of enhancement cores. So like I said, I realized I don't need the other two classes. I'll just play the one, hunter. And yet he is still not getting powerfuls above 1250 anymore. It's like I very rarely get anything above that. So I'm not sure exactly what the heck is going on with this account. Um, I may eventually go ahead and just say, hey, you know what, fark it, and just go ahead and get rid of it. Just basically stop playing Destiny, I guess. I play the game to have fun, and at the present time, I'm kind of not having much fun. So maybe it is time for a break. I kind of like to not to sit on this season though, because this is a pretty fun season. Interacting with Aldrin and getting the little side clips of him during the Wrathborn hunts is kind of interesting. A good insight. Kind of makes you wonder a little bit. What kind of characters were we before we became Guardians? I know the Iron Lords. Uh, you know, came after the Warlords, and the Warlords were not the greatest. But it remains to be seen. Anyway, have an awesome weekend. Well, have an awesome week. It's no longer the weekend. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later.